Hey there, it's Ann C. coming at you, and we are diving into key number 20 and my 21 days to leadership success. And before I dive in, make sure you go to AnnSiegMentor.com and you can join my private leadership community. It is designed for entrepreneurs, people who have a small business. I do primarily online leadership. I have built 7-figure incomes in 3 different industries, that being internet marketing, network marketing, and now e-commerce. And so I reach a pretty wide swath of people with the experience that I have in building those multi-million-dollar companies. All right, so let's get to it. Leadership key number 20 is, well, I don't know, you might say it's the most important of all. And that is, where are you leading people? What is your vision? What's your vision of the future? And everybody is wired to want to know, where are we going? Kind of like kids on a trip. Hey, Dad, when are we going to get there? Dad, what is it going to be like? And everyone was all excited and inspired about that family trip because of getting there, getting to that destination. And all that energy rallied around that, the excitement, all the work that it takes to put that together. So you as a leader in your business, whether you're just leading yourself, still got to have a vision. Even if it's a vision, well, say just for yourself, that's fine. A vision for your family. Is it a vision for your community? What's that vision look like? For myself, I think I developed this strong inclination to be a visionary. For me, I think it started from when I came into the sport of gymnastics. And, you know, it started with this little vision I had of watching this marvelous gymnast named Nadia Comaneci and seeing her perform. And that created a vision for me of the future, is I'm going to be like her. And so that was my vision. That wasn't a business, but I certainly know that whole energy piece of what that looked like because I started to design my life around that vision. I had an extremely rigorous workout plan that I put together myself. And I mean, I'm not going to go on all the details, but it was pretty darn extensive. The effort that I put in to accomplish that, it was, well, a lot of other people have been through that, so nothing unusual there. But I put together that plan, and it gave me that energy and momentum and that focus. And that is the number one thing you need in business, is that focus. So then as a visionary, and you cast that to your team, and then if you do have a community that you've built, you cast that vision out to them because they want to go somewhere. Where are you taking us? One of my staff members, he always calls me boss. Hey, boss. I'm like, oh man, why do you do that? Anyways, they want to know where you're headed. So may I give some examples? And by the way, to cast that vision is you've got to get some inspiration. So I read a lot. I read about trends a lot. What's the pulse? What's happening in the culture? Where are things going? You know, for example, I track a lot with the baby boomers because I am one. And what's the vision I have for baby boomers, for example? They surely need a vision. They've got some big challenges right now. What's the vision for a millennial? There's people who have risen up to help guide those millennials who are in a kind of in a weird place in time of a lot of shift and change and how it impacts them in a lot of negative ways, actually, and how they deal and cope with that. How are they going to come out on the other end? They need a visionary for them. So what's your vision for your business? And when you get really clear on that and you communicate it to your team, they can align behind that, because the more energy you have united towards that unified front, it's kind of like a spear, like the ducks that are flying. You've got that V formation, and that duck out in front is leading and cutting through the wind. And then all the other ducks align up behind that in that very, must be a flight formation that helps reduce wind for them and makes it easier for them. That's what you have to do as a leader. So for me, my vision comes from core values and core principles. So for me, one of my biggest visions that I have a very firm belief in is that entrepreneurs can have a tremendous impact upon the culture. And primarily for the fact that entrepreneurs have to be bootstrappers. They have to be strong, they have to be resourceful, they have to be independent. And I think those are attributes that lend really, really well to strengthen a culture in a neighborhood, a society, a nation, is when people can be strong and resourceful rather than a weakened, atrophied nation where people are more in a state of dependency. And so when crisis comes along and they haven't built up those skill sets of resourcefulness and problem solving, you've got a nation of atrophied people that are going to have trouble getting out of some kind of condition, catastrophe that might affect a nation, which historically often happens. So I believe that we become a stronger nation, a stronger country, a stronger world with more entrepreneurs because they're able to better control their own economy because they've learned to bootstrap and create that economic force within their own household. So that's one of my visions. I have a whole lot more. But that's really huge for me. I'm really, really strong about impacting the families and helping them to create that home economy through their own industry, which goes back to the roots of our nation, for which we're primarily all entrepreneurs, we, past tense, because of the farmers. We were an agrarian society, and we had more self-employed people, if you will, more business owners than not. And then along came the industrial age, and that all changed. And now to an extent, we're seeing the reversal of that, and a lot of our manufacturing goes overseas, etc. And we have, as a result, become the innovators of the world. As we have transitioned out of the agrarian into industrial, and now we're in the innovation society, and we are known for that. The U.S. is known. We are the kings and queens, and I know I've got an international audience here, but it's true. The U.S. has led in innovation. So back to this. Take a moment. How are you leading yourself? How are you leading your business, your company? What is the vision exactly for your business? It's good to know, isn't it? Every day when you wake up, you want to put a skip in your step. You know where you're headed. You know where your direction is. And I got to tell you, that wandering space is the most painful of all. When things are not clear, you don't have a clear vision. It's really painful, and it doesn't take much for that to happen, where you find yourself in this wandering state. All right? Before I go on, before I give this a wrap, make sure you go to AnnSiegMentor.com to follow my leadership training, tips, strategies, and we do go through a study of a leadership book every month. Currently, at the time of this video, we're doing Born to Build by Jim Clifton in collaboration with the Gallup organization. So Born to Build. Make sure you grab that copy. Go to Ann Sieg Mentor and join us. You're going to get my biggest takeaways from that leadership book. All right? So be the visionary. Take the time to cast that, even if it's just for yourself. You can do it. All right? I would love to hear from you on this with vision, where you're at. Being the visionary, where you're leading people. If you could write hashtag replay, if you're watching the replay, and any thoughts and comments as it relates to casting your vision and broadcasting that to the world. All right, thanks so much for listening. We'll be at 21 tomorrow. Bye-bye.